Hey Aries. um so you guys, I suggest you go watch the last video if you're here and you haven't, for sure. You for those of you who have learned through these Capricorn placements and continue to do so, are shooting for the top. For those of you who need to take a step back, maybe that will be your message. Be careful not to go directly into a trap. This month can make you feel like you have everything at your fingertips. But for a lot of you, you're finding yourself in this solving problems, solving other people's problems, maybe solving your own problems through other people's problems. And the real focus needs to be on how you're communicating who you are, who you're becoming. Three of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Two of Swords. Don't let your need to control the process become overcommitment. Don't trap yourself before you even get there. The control for a lot of you is creatively. Don't overpromise yourself this month. Do not do it. Because doing what you can deliver this month is better than doing and beating yourself up for what you can't deliver. So you need to be very honest with yourself. That means deciding what's most important to do first. What's going to strengthen, improve upon, and allow yourself more freedom to create the life that you want, to live the way that you want. There will be discipline, but you need some freedom this month. And you need freedom to choose differently than you may have before, to back out of any commitments. Again, don't promise yourself, especially before the 14th. Think about it until then. If you're being presented a new opportunity, ask if you can have a couple days, if you need them. If you know right away, go ahead. But a lot of you are learning what it takes to have strength in the long run. There might be a Leo in some of your lives, and we'll get into the second part. The second part will be on Patreon, which is in the link below, which is where we go through the cards. I get a little more detailed about the month, and I show you the view from this angle. We've done it before. I'm just changing things up, and I appreciate it if you do join me there. Anyway, and in the future there will be more to come, as I say. And so now you have this opportunity to create structure, create the kind of structure you want to, the kind of world that you want to. You find Aquarius season can become this almost womb-like thing for you, so that when it comes to your season, you can really just take control, take charge, and do what it is that you really want to do. Especially because I know it's early to say, but the nodes are switching to Libra, Aquarius axis next year, and whatever that you see happening now, we're going to be creating from this. So that's why I think it's extra important for you not to rush into anything, not to overpromise yourself, not to overtalk yourself either. Talk yourself up, but don't overdo it. Allow yourself to get the appreciation from others by continuing to do the work, continuing to just put your head down and go, and staying out of things that really, yeah, sure, you can have opinion on something, but do your best maybe to just assess before jumping into random conversations, even if it's with people you know right now. Because there's a bunch of different things happening, and You may get into unnecessary fights even with yourself. Don't overcommit yourself, because you might keep yourself in your head and you may not feel like you're worthy enough, even though you are. Just because you can't get something done doesn't mean you're not worthy. And that's kind of because of the Capricorn placements. There's a lot being saying like, this is how you get stuff done. This is the standard you hold yourself to. Yeah, but you also create the standards. You're a cardinal sign. So take what Capricorn has to offer you, but then also decide for yourself at the same time, which is not only going to unblock you for those of you who maybe feel a creative block, or something's been stuck for a while, something's going to become unstuck. There's a decision that's going to bring newfound creation. It could be with this Leo, or this could be something that lasts until Leo season, or this really could just be you harnessing a part of you that you've been molding for a while. Something maybe you've been fighting, you're kind of going back and forth, and that can ultimately lead to an argument within yourself that can make you feel like you don't want to do something. But it's like, and you're not a sign that normally does that, but you've been a little more, you've been a little less reactive recently, or you could be responding differently for some of you. So it's important to celebrate these steps as you continue to move and continue to look at what you have and how you create and make from what you have. It's really important to be aware of that, because the people that you want around you aren't always the people that you see around you. And it's important to kind of take a look at that now and maybe stress that to a friend that needs your help. Because there's an idea that you have and you want to go through with it, but you want to make sure you have the support. You've been thinking about this for a while, especially if it's within a job, or if you do something and you're creating with someone else. And I think that's a very important thing to do. But for you, there might be something a little bit separate, or you're something you need to present to someone into a situation where you hope for the best and you think they'll support you, but you're just unsure at the moment. And I think it's really important for you to try it out, see what happens, because you may be surprised. They may be actually thinking or way happier for you than you could have ever even expected. And this is vulnerable for you, because not that you're afraid to do anything alone or put yourself out there, or offer something different. This is something so real for you that you just want to make sure, like, you just need that extra support right now. So don't be afraid to say that either. Especially if it's someone that you're close with and you work closely with, they should want to support you, especially if it's for your best interest, right? They ought to want to. So leaning onto that now only gives your heart and that super strong, moving forward, I know what to do mentality. It only helps strengthen that even more when you have the proper support, when you have that proper stability. That's what you need right now. And it's okay if they do it from afar. You don't have to be closely talking to them every day, but you know that they have your back, and you know how much they're cheering for you. It's okay to ask for more of that. You may need it right now. You may really need to have that, and you may find that you get more of it than you realize, and more love than you realize, and you don't have to act this way or become, rock star, selfish, all about me moment. You can turn it into embrace that you need that and ask for it, instead of like crying out for it or doing something self-sabotage to get it. You can actually ask for it and get it, and you may be very surprised. That allows you to then take it, carry that, and move it forward and into the world, because it's been something you've been working on for a while. Now you're confident to go through it, because so much shit has happened, and this can only bring you forward into better times. And I'll show you more in the second part. Better times, happier times, more abundant times, different times. And because next year it's going to be an interesting one. So this year you want to make sure you're getting all of these things out that you've been wanting to do, because even if it doesn't work in the long run, or if it doesn't stay with you forever, which I think anything you start now is going to only build upon itself, and that could change, But right now, if you don't try these things out, you don't do these different things, you're going to regret it. Don't be afraid of the conversation. Don't be afraid of sounding any type of way, start out the conversation saying, I might sound immature when I say this. Practice with yourself. Practice saying things. Practice you seeing them receiving it well. And then do your best to let go and just go for it. The risk is with your heart right now. The risk is with what you really want right now. And you're being extremely supported. So it's time to harness that. Harness that power and continue to move along and ask for it when you need it. You're doing so beautifully at that. It's really time to take all of that energy and turn it into this beautiful, it's the ace and the strength are really standing out. You have something so important. You have something so rare. And it may feel even uncomfortable for you right now, even more so than ever. So you can even say that, like, I feel uncomfortable. I feel like myself. I don't know. I might be in love with what I do, in love with this person. My life's going well. I want to move forward, but I need the support still. And I look like I'm doing great, but I still need the support. And it's like, yo, it's okay. Great, cool. Support you. Go do it. I want to see you thrive. Hey, that's all it has to be. And you'll have something even more to share by the end. You have something even more than you had even expected to come out of this all. I think your expectations are the way you want to see things is beautiful and fiery and alive. And I think by the end of this month, you weren't expecting to feel so alive, especially for those of you who have been really feeling alive. For me means going through all of the emotions, being as human as possible, and then just learning to roll with it. I think there's been a lot of high and low with you for a while, and there's an evenness happening for moving up, for everything turning up. And it's not about that there are highs and lows and you have to fight for this or do that. It's this very beautiful place where you're actually with yourself, so in yourself, and so able to take fire and make it into material. And it's really cool. So I will see you in the second part. I will see you in Pisces season. This is crooked the whole time. It's okay. And I'm very excited. The Juice, brought to you by Aquarius season. All information to work with me one-on-one is also below. I love you, and I'll see you next month.